So, I was watching NXT like I do every Thursday morning live here in South Africa, and the show was absolutely stacked with some great championship matches. One of those being Io Shirai versus Toni Storm. This is one of the matches that I highly anticipated. Based off the build of the match, I had a feeling that Io wouldn't be losing her NXT Women's title. I am not enjoying Io's reign at all. This might be unpopular, but this is how I feel. For some reason, Io's current reign reminds me of Asuka's historic reign as NXT Women's Champ, and I don't think that's a good thing. Personally, I feel like Io's reign should have ended a long time ago. I think she should have dropped the title to Rhea Ripley. Her feud with Rhea actually had me invested because I looked at it as some sort of redemption arc for Rhea, who lost the title to Charlotte at last year's WrestleMania, an outcome that completely killed Rhea's momentum. It would have been nice to see her have another title reign, even if it would have been her last, as she had already been rumored to join the main roster last year. Instead, Io retained her title and would go on to defeat every other woman that was put up against her. I understand she's being built as the best female talent in NXT, and Io is good at what she does, no doubt, but is she the best as NXT is trying to make us believe? That's up for debate. At the start of this video, I said her reign reminds me of Asuka's reign, but for all the wrong reasons. It just feels to me like a copy and paste of the spectacle that was Asuka's iconic unbeaten streak. It worked with Asuka because she made it believable. She didn't speak much English, but she didn't have to because she did her speaking in the ring. She had an aura about her that captured our imaginations. Her ruthlessness and toughness in the ring helped us buy into her character. A warrior empress who lived for battle and dismantled her opponents with a smile. Every time her opponents stepped into the ring with her, the crowd would warn them of their impending doom. Asuka's gonna kill you. A chant that gave me chills and goosebumps all at the same time whenever I heard it. It often left me afraid for her opponents. The Asuka we experienced in NXT is a legend, and with Io now reigning as the women's champ, it looks to me like Triple H and his team down in NXT are somehow trying to recreate that. To be clear, in no way am I claiming that they are. This is just all speculation. While I respect Io's in-ring ability and its uniqueness in that it's more aerial than any other woman in the whole of WWE, she isn't entertaining enough for my liking. I firmly believe that the wrestler makes the title, and for as long as Io's held it, the more it feels out of place on her. She isn't really an intriguing character, if I'm being completely honest. Wrestling fans tend to have this bias when it comes to Japanese wrestlers. Fans believe they are automatically great or better compared to much of the talent in the WWE. This bias is based off the idea that the Japanese are pro wrestling purists. Therefore, anything they do is 10 times better than any wrestler from any other country, especially America. WWE are actually also guilty of making Japanese wrestlers feel more important and essentially more special than the other wrestlers in the locker room. The commentary team on NXT always makes sure to remind us that Io Shirai is the best female competitor not only in NXT but the world. Of course, that isn't true, but wrestling fans tend to buy into such hyperbole. If nobody wants to say it, then I will. Io Shirai is a boring champion. Once her reign is over, I'm not too sure I'll remember her reign or look back on it as something that will go down in history as a defining run in her career. Most of her matches during her reign have been just okay, nothing really noteworthy. Her personality is not the best and she doesn't speak much, but there are other ways of making an interesting character without saying a word. Dexter Lumis is a great example of this. Maybe it's the fact that she's booked as a babyface, when she could make a great heel. I don't know what it is, but I just can't seem to connect to Io Shirai as a character. She needs to lose the women's title one of these days. I'd prefer it be sooner rather than later, because today's wrestling fans are very fickle and easily turn on a wrestler once they've held the title more than a month. I don't mind a lengthy title reign, but at the very least, the reign should be entertaining. I want to feel like the reigning champ's title is in jeopardy every time he or she defends it. This makes the reign worthwhile for me, however long it might be. So far, this isn't what NXT has been able to do with Io Shirai, and that's a shame. This is Ring Banter. I'm Kat, the African monk, and thank you so much for watching. To my subscribers, your subscriptions mean a lot to me. I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, don't think twice. Subscribe and join the Banter Nation. We're in this together. In my next video, I'll be explaining to you guys how wrestling fans killed heels. Yes. As always, peace.